know what I just said there, but you know what I mean. It's really awkward with Riki because he doesn't attack a lot, you know, and also his tricks of the trade is it's a very weird interaction between those 25. It's not a Monkey King, it's not the same power spike at all. So we'll have to see how it goes. I just don't believe in this Riki IO duo just yet. Maybe it can prove me wrong.
And you're expecting Execration to potentially win all 3 lanes. We saw that in the last game from Fnatic. You know, it almost came back to bite them with a couple of misplays here and there where Execration were starting to pull back. Yep. I don't think that was a one-sided game at all. I know a lot of people will probably just kind of glance back at that one and be like, oh, they were up 10K pretty early on and held on to that net worth lead for the majority of that one. But Execration, to pull from that, I think there were some really good performances in that, you know, just fell up short.
Definitely, they had a chance to win that game. Fnatic outperformed them in the end, but there's definitely, you know, they can take a game of Fnatic. It's not like Fnatic is a huge favorite here. They have a slight edge, but I think can go.
Yeah, so we'll see which team ends up taking it. I'm always a fan of game 3s, so I'm hoping that you know, we do get one. Tethered Raven, he's on this Wisp, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to save DJ. One more shot needed. They just don't have anything more to throw, and he will salve himself up. Almost first blood for Execration.
Yeah. Little mistake by the Mars. He canceled one of his auto attacks, which could have been enough. Maybe not, depending on the Stout Shield proc of the Brewmaster. But yeah, didn't end up happening. So good aggression, though. You can see the damage potential from this lane.
Yeah.
As soon as the level 3, it will be almost doubled.
How do you?
A lot of pain to come.
How do you feel about that mid matchup? Riki up against the Queen of Pain.
Riki can, like, if he completely plays out of his mind, you know, he dodges every Shadow Strike with tricks of the trade, lasts perfectly, he can do very well. Just as the levels go higher, you feel worse and worse. Because level 6 also, this ult just takes off half your health instantly, you know, you're not a very survivable hero. And just look at his damage, he just takes so much harass damage from this Shadow Strike.
Going up top again for DJ. Inkswell pops, couple more shots, again just short the damage. Now Rupido needs to run from Raven. It's so close to being enough, and they've fallen short just by a couple tens of damage. I know it's usually a couple hundreds, but tens. I mean, we've got who's 201 right now in the mid lane. It's something I wanted to talk about with that Queen of Pain. We saw the build of the 203 with holding the point from Blink. Yep. Do you think we see that again up against the Riki?
I think you really want to prioritize the minute 4 rune, so we're probably going to see 1 level in Blink at the very least. It's a very interesting build to not go Blink at all. Oh, so stopped here. He does have a Firefly though. So should be fine.
Doing a lot of damage on Masaros, sends him back, forces him to use that Firefly, opens up this lane field, and Jabz on this Pangolier, just trying to maybe make this lane a little bit harder while the Batrider's out.
Yeah. So going back to that skill build, if you're level 6, you don't feel comfortable skilling ult because you don't have any levels of Blink, so it's very uncommon. Usually doesn't ever happen, just really when you're dominating the lane.
That's not really a domination. It's 20-5 to 16-4, so pretty close overall.
Yeah. Now it's the rune
There's
RNG.
the 202.
Who's gonna get it?
It is top.
And an Arcane rune.
That feels really good for a Queen of Pain going up against this Riki.
That feels really bad for the Riki. You notice this CS might be a little bit deceiving because you do need to buy a lot of regen in this key.
Yeah, so it's more so on the net worth if you take a closer look.
You can see 1k net worth advantage already.
Yeah, and we take a quick look over. 1,800 for the Queen of Pain, 1,600 for the Riki. So it's not
that bad.
A big split, but you can see.
And it should just get worse as the levels go higher. It's really going to come down to like who's going to do more on the side lanes. Riki has potential to gank side lanes, but not nearly as explosive as a Quap, of course, with the Sonic Wave Scream combination. So we'll just have to see what the mid lanes can get done this game. We'll have to concede the bounty runes here. Juggernaut is a little bit too strong for them to fight.
Going into Masaros first. Ooh, almost swiped that bounty rune.
Yeah.
That would have been a quick little move right there.
But a lot of effort for nothing. While Quap was sitting in lane farming. should reach 6 well before the Riki, and then there should be a little bit of kill threat for a while.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see if that's what it ends up being. As yeah, Queen of Pain about to get that level 6 wing strike forward. Not a lot of mana left for Moon. Not enough mana for sure to trade at the moment, but first blood comes in from Masaros, killing off Yowe. That is a kill on the Jug that don't think I was expecting.
This only happens when you make a huge mistake at Juggernaut. This should not happen. It's not supposed to happen. He just got caught off with our ability to pop spear into the trees. Grimstroke in well, half health from the Brewmaster, getting healed up a lot. Is it enough? Not quite.
Just gets the kill there on DJ, and you thought it would be enough to heal him again. Third time,
It's
they
not
finally
the charm.
get the kill.
Or is the charm if you're a Radiant?
It's either is or isn't, and depending on who you're rooting for.
Yeah, but again, Juggernaut dying in this lane is pretty big, because Batrider should not be getting these kind of kills, this kind of money. Like, he's almost even never with Juggernaut. Before that, he was behind by a good 600-700.
So he's really recovered quite well. Now you see that Moon's level 6, so he's gone 0-3-2-1. And then Ken back here,
Not
just trying to grab some stats. So 2-1-3, which is still a similar build. Gets to level 7, goes to the Sonic Wave. It's similar to what we saw the last time on Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, he just killed the stack because he got 7 from it. Anyways, to skill the ult, and he had a region rune packed up as well.
Radiant's middle
Bottle
tower
refill
is under attack.
from the Pangolier here. Very nice.
With Masaros still level 5, I wouldn't mind the Queen of Pain coming bottom if I was Execration.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we just have to see the rotations. Like, Riki, and he's not having the greatest game. He's the lowest farm of all cores right now. And a Riki that is not snowballing. I really hope he doesn't go for the upper corrosion, by the way, because it's just gonna slow his timings down even more. This game, I think I would like to see probably a diffusal, simply because the IO will be farming mainly, you know, and you want to pair up your Batrider with another person you can kill. Most likely it's going to be Riki this game. So I would like to see a more aggressive approach. Nice D-ward. See if we get a couple of procs here. That's one. Nope. Too slow, no
Maybe
boots.
a second.
Just whack him back.
Well, back and forth, only gets one proc.
Dire's
Ken
middle
going
tower
in
is under
far.
attack.
Aggressively, and Sonic Wave, they need more damage. They went in the sweep, but they don't have vision.
Oh no.
Oh, that
This
was a
is-
jump. Grimstroke has the sentry ward, apparently.
It didn't put it down?
Dire's middle
That's
tower
interesting.
is under attack.
Why not?
Dire's
Beats
structures are
me. I have
fortified.
no idea. That was a free Riki kill. He should have died there, yeah. Brewmaster taking mid lane, getting a lot of damage here from the X12.
And it will
Stun.
pop, and he's here with Ken. They should get the kill. Wow.
Lasso though,
Three
lasso.
was enough, and now we're on top of this quad. They've gotten the lasso, and Ken will die. It's Masaros who gets the kill. Moon gets involved. I believe the sentry might have been delivered a little bit late, because I
Dire's
saw the
bottom
courier
tower is under
Possibly.
going
attack.
back home.
But it's the thing, you always need to be prepared to play against him. Like Riki jumping in as well. Trade.
Inkswell not going to survive, and another kill for Moon.
Still 2k net worth lead for Radiant though, despite all that.
Yeah. And you can see it's because the Riki's pretty far down. He's in the bottom 5.
Yeah. Supports are really rich from the Radiant side actually. We see the Brewmaster is 800 behind the Alpha Titan. And Pango is a good 300 behind the Grimstroke as well. I really like this Grimstroke this game.
Dire's
If you
middle
leash,
tower is under attack.
you know, either the Riki or the Pango to another target, they just can't play Dota. You can't use tricks of the
Dire's
trade, you
middle
can't use
tower
blink strike,
has
and of course
fallen.
you can't really Pango roll either. It's a big problem. They have to play team fights really carefully on the Dire side here. Trying to steal a stack as well is the Quap. We'll steal one of them.
Dire's
Not
top
too big.
tower
Damage
is under
and-
attack.
Take some gold out of the hands of Fnatic. Yowe
Radiant's
is
bottom
top,
tower
just
is
farming
under
away. He's
attack.
got that Mortar Mask going Maelstrom after.
Yep.
Now, looking mid.
Easy kill
Easy
again.
kill on a DJ. This crew has been blown up a couple times. Raven's coming over. Doesn't really have a lot of mana to play
Dire's
with.
top tower is
And
under
now they hit
attack.
the spear. He goes into the tree, avoiding the sweep, gets speared up,
Radiant's
and
bottom
he's in a lot of
tower
trouble.
is under
They've got the tether, but the Sonic Wave is the finishing blow. Can't get the Yowe trying to jump. The sweep avoided by the tricks of the trade. Blink strike back
Dire's
to
top
the
tower
Satyr,
is under attack.
and Moon's able to escape.
Dire's
Nice, Brian.
structures
To
are
be honest, Riki
fortified.
without items is actually, you know, such a lackluster hero. Like, He just didn't do anything there.
Trying to make a move. Masaros coming back
Radiant's
in.
bottom tower is under
RR
attack.
just getting right clicked onto his
Dire's
back.
top tower
Tricks of
is
the trade. Flame breaks. They'll get that kill, but this causes the Riki to be in a lot of trouble. The arena's down. The spear is there. The blink strike to Ken, but Moon dead afterwards. DPC with the finishing blow. 3K lead for Execration. 10 minutes into the game. They didn't exactly win all 3 lanes, but since the laning phase, they played aggressive and they've won the next step.
Yeah, they have a lot of good tools to work with. Arena, quad ult, as well as the Juggernaut, of course, being one of the stronger fighting carries. They're making good work of it. 4K ahead now, minute 10. Building up a very solid lead. Juggernaut going for the Mom first into Maelstrom, big fan of that. Gives you a lot of solo potential. Whoever you object can die at this point.
Tower is under attack.
And Grimstroke hits that 6. He's actually level 7 now. Elder Titan, though, he's
Radiant's
getting close
bottom
to level
tower
6.
is under attack.
Yep. They do
Dire's
have
top
spit now
tower is under
available as
attack.
well for the Brewmaster. As well as the roll, there's a lot of teamfight potential on the Dire side now. They have Lasso as well.
They have the Jug up top. They're bringing these heroes smoked bottom. I don't know if it's going to be in time. It's not a fast
Radiant's
tower. They could
bottom
probably catch them on the
tower
retreat
is
if
under
they're quick
attack.
enough.
Tower has fallen.
Immediately the TP over from the Jug showing, but everybody else is coming around the back. So they want to go for Raven. They want to try and get something out of this, giving up that
Dire's
2-1
middle
tower
tower is
practically
under
for
attack.
free. But now if they can make a pay on the side of Fnatic, this is going to be well worth the side of Execration. They missed the spear. They got each other back over to the siege creep. Now Swashbuckle comes through, and they take out Rupido. Down goes RR. Short Execration. God Ken on the run. He's silenced up. Blade Fury right on top of the Riki, who's stunned, but they just don't have the damage on the move. Everyone surrounds him. 3 heroes gone. Sonic Wave comes in. That finishes off Moon. They're thinking about rejoining as Ken and Yowe are close. This is a tough one to get. The second you get disarmed on this Jug, it could be problematic in finishing these kills. Raven TP's out, and Fnatic just lose Moon. I thought that was going to go way worse for them with the way Execration were pinching, but I think Fnatic, they pull it off.
Was quite misplayed, but we see the initiation here on the battle.
Oh.
That feels bad. Happens, you know. Just gonna move on. But the initiation from the bot lane was very weird. Juggernaut was running in alone, spinning the IO, and then on the back line they were getting destroyed by the Batrider, while the 2 core heroes were actually focusing on the IO as well
Dire's
as
bottom
the
tower
Batrider.
is
And
under
there's
attack.
nothing, I don't know, they just missed all their spells. They didn't have Arena ready, they didn't have Quad ult ready, and just everything felt kind of disconnected, kind of rushed, you know. The tower was already dying, and they TP'd in last second. They didn't have like a clear idea what they wanted to do.
One thing I want to talk about is we saw that the Orchid was being built on Raven. We talked about this the last time we saw it on an IO. It was first item Orchid, when I think the consensus between the panel and us was why not Axe first?
Yeah, but they were way further behind at that point, and this time they have a Quap and a Juggernaut that both hate playing against Orchid.
Yeah.
Last time they completed Orchid, I think the enemy had like 2 BKBs up already, so it wasn't a very useful item. But this game, I think it can do a lot of damage.
3K lead, Masaros, no Blink Dagger, working on it.
Yep.
He's got those boots of travel though. Use that Firefly pretty preemptively. Not going to find anything with it. However, again, Execration, they're starting to pinch. See if they can get something done. They're building the Yules on the Mars, so these Blink initiations just not there for either team just yet. And Yowe will show himself top. Pango also going for Blink. It's one of the items I love most on Pango. I know it's not the damage item or anything like that, but the Blink with the Rolling Thunder always seems like a great addition to me. Lasso on the Mars. They're going to drag back this Rupido Mars into the hands of this Brew DJ.
Ruby.
Yeah, it's Ruby with the rest of Execration just continuing to farm and control these lanes out in top and mid to get the Orchid on the Queen to paint. So maybe the response isn't there because they want to finish these items.
Yeah, now they have to be careful on the Dire side as well. But this Quap can die really easily. They have a lot of disables. They have the smoke screen of Riki. Soon the Orchid on IO as well. As soon as that's completed, there's a lot of kill threat on this Quap. Until he has his BKB. Once Quap has BKB, he will be the dominant force on the map. But that will be maybe
Dire's
5,
top
6,
tower is under attack.
7 minutes, depending on how you know, well his game is gonna go from here on out. Is he gonna find a couple of solo kills, or is he just gonna die? Let's wait and see.
Here's the Orchid for Raven. Smoked up on Fnatic. Both teams smokes gonna break. Citadel thrown out. DJ thinking about it.
Pump faking, yeah.
Pump faking the primal split. Blink Dagger now for the Batrider. Feels like he just got a big surge of gold.
Yeah.
Because he was at 1,200 gold the last time we took a look.
I think it was a huge ancient stack, possibly because the gold difference also went down to 1k, rather than 3k. Something big must have happened.
Yeah, immediately getting into that Blink Dagger, which is massive considering the fact that for the Mars, you know, you still want that blink, and he's still going for Yowe. Blink Lasso, that's the reveal. They'll show it on the Jug, who's silent. Soulbind's just not in time. They've used the Promise Split. They're going to commit a lot to this. The arena's down. The Spear misses, though. Inslaw on the Mars. It'll pop while he's in the air. Cycloned up. BDZ on the run. Ken trying to get what he can. He dusts up this Riki. But now the Cyclone again. Stroke of Fate onto Moon. God's Rebuke hits. They're eventually going to turn onto this Queen of Pain where they've got the silent the swashbuckle in. The Spirit on a DJ, but he won't latch onto a tree. They'll follow that up with a kill on BDZ. They'll work for the Mars. They'll make it a fourth. The only one able to survive is the Elder Titan. And now Fnatic have themselves a 1k lead. They've got Blink Daggers on both the Pangolier as well as the Batrider, and things are falling apart for Execration.
Yeah, it's looking real rough right now. The first Orchid reveal, Quap did nothing, whereas Batrider last minute killed the Juggernaut. They have a lot of problems to deal with right now. Quap can die very easily, as well as the Juggernaut. They need defensive items ASAP, but I don't think Fnatic is just going to farm them. They have 2 Blink Daggers now, they got an Orchid up. It's go time for Fnatic now, they have all they need.
Here's the defusal you were talking about for the Riki too.
Yeah, he had to go for the defusal this game because they had like too greedy of a lineup. But his defusal also, they have no way of dispelling it. You know, if he jumps on the Quap, he can solo kill his Quap very easily. Same as the Juggernaut, honestly. Juggernaut is in big trouble here as well. The Mars as well. They just have a lot of problems to deal with right now.
You can see that the smoke's a big, the smoke tune's a big problem for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, huge problem. Always will be one of the best counters to the hero.
Crooked and Pangolier silenced up. Not enough damage yet. Committing the Sonic Wave. Needing that kill on Jabz. Taking away his kill spree. And now Queen of Pain going for the Force Staff,
I really
which
hope
is
it doesn't
desperately
go through with
needed.
that. I feel like Force Staff is kind of a bait. It helps you, but it doesn't make you scale at all. You know, if you go for this Force Staff, the enemies will outscale you easily. I'd rather that you have a BKB and you can blink into the backlines to make things work. Oh, so close to Juggernaut, he comes in the vision now.
Nice slash. Masaros! Easy. Takes out the Batrider. Moon rethinking this, but he's under a Sentry Ward, and that's going to be shown. They've got the dust on a Moon. They're looking for the sweep. They won't land it onto the Riki, who blink strikes back to the creep wave. The dust also misses.
So, bottom now.
Riki survives the chase.
Yeah.
And now they go for the Elder Titan, who's silenced and immediately dispatched. They got the kill on the Yowe's Courier. They'll take out the Jug too, coming through and just ripping him apart.
Yeah, Orchid didn't expect that one, even though he should have, you know. They saw the IOTP away. They got a good kill on the Batrider, but again, fell apart afterwards. Really take middle.
And there it is, the defusal with the smoke screen. They go after this Queen of Pain. They'll get the kill. Raven on a killing spree. This is just movement all over the map for Fnatic. Shifting the net worth. It was 4K in the favor of Execration. Now a 2K lead for Fnatic. And it's just the defusal, the smoke screen that's keeping the Queen of Pain silent the entire time. I was gonna say the Force Staff is needed to get out of the smoke screen, but you could just get that BKB.
But then what? If you get Orchided after, still does die. You know, the BKB is necessary, whether you build it after or before the Force Staff, you will need it either way. So it might be a nice play.
Moon is all Raven. Can they get the kill on both of them? They take out one of the Loons. The chase is on, but they've got the Cyclone onto the Jug. So Rupido drops down the arena. They've got the Phantom's Embrace that's out onto Jabz, who will take it off and go into the Rolling Thunder, jump over to the cliff, and look for Rupido as well as this Grimstroke. The Blink brings him back. He gets it on Rupido, takes out DPC. Masaros with the triple. Down goes Jabz and Ken, and Yowe need to survive with the help of RR, but they split that sleep in between this Brewmaster and the Raven. He slept, but he got killed. They will follow up to it. They've got the lasso. They have the silence. They take out Yowe. The Sonic Wave as well as the Earth Splitter comes in, but it's not going to be enough damage to take out these heroes on the side of Fnatic. Execration losing numbers and losing a grasp on this game.
Yeah, lasso not expended. I don't know how he got all these 3 kills without using his lasso. It's
Radiant's
just
middle
going to be
tower
out.
is under
They
attack.
don't have any hard disable actually, other than the spear.
In time,
Very
just
close.
barely.
No. Good
Radiant's
kickoff
top tower is
on the
under
retreat
attack.
there. But yeah, Io is gonna have his BKB. He is very, very rich suddenly. Now his BKB is up on Io. They do have damage through BKB, but it's still gonna be very rough to see the fight here again. Starts with a perfect spear on the Riki. Soul binding both Io and Riki together, getting the Riki kill. But on the backline, the Batrider is dealing so much damage. You can see here. It's too much to handle right now.
Meanwhile, live in the bottom right corner, they get the kill into the Queen of Pain again. It's that orchid from Raven, that damage coming through. But back to the replay. Look at that, the blink back, Rolling Thunder, BDZ, Rupido both falling. Like, it's such a disruptive item when you've got that blink dagger with the Rolling Thunder, and you didn't even need to use it till late when 3 heroes heaped up avoiding him.
Yeah.
Embrace, well, there's the silence just in time. They're going to relocate into this one. They've got the arena as well. This field, they get the kill on the Jabz. Raven trying to get some help. Masaros, he'll blink away. They got the sweep on a Raven. Now they've got the silence out of the Mars, and he can't get out of this. He's getting chased down, tricks of the trade, and there's the blink strike.
Radiant's courier has been
Yeah,
killed.
we have seen so much of this Battlefield aggro
Radiant's
with Riki
middle
that
tower
people have kind of forgotten how much damage he actually deals with the Fusil Blade as well. How much kickoff potential he has. He killed the Queen 3 times, the Mars multiple times, the Juggernaut even, you know. The build is paying off big time right now.
Yeah, Fnatic really pulling through with a 7K lead. This is tough for Execration because they did everything right in the beginning of the game, I thought. Their lanes went relatively
They
well.
were decently, not as in favor of them as I thought they would.
Yeah.
But the Juggernaut dying to the Batrider set him up for a really good game on that Batrider.
Wow.
That should never happen because Batrider is such a good problem right now.
Radiant's bottom
Smoke screen
tower
again,
is
but they've got
under
the
attack.
silence on the Ricky, so he's gonna turn tail. They also dusted him, so he wants to be better safe than sorry.
Radiant's bottom tower
Bottom tier
has
2
fallen.
taken out by Raven by himself.
Yeah, this Io is pretty much unkillable right now unless you can isolate him, get a full Omni Slash on him. But even then, he itemized into Maelstrom. He won't deal too much damage through that BKB.
Radiant are scanning.
Of course, Maelstrom, all magic. He needs, what, 600 gold until he finishes his Manta style? But is it a little too late, perhaps?
Yeah, it seems like it could definitely be that late. An AK down, and it's troublesome.
And Quap did end up committing for the 4-step. I'm not a big fan at all.
We'll see if it ends up saving. If it saves Ken's life twice, 3 times.
Probably worth it. Yeah.
Soulbind's out. It's going to leash up the Brewmaster onto the Batrider, but BDZ, he dies soon afterwards. That's Soulbind for nothing at the moment. They've got the silence to follow that up on both the Brew as well as Bat, but what else do you have to go for this? And nothing showing, at least for right now, from Execration.
Yeah, I just realized actually that they have pretty much no combo with the Grimstroke at all. Just a leash, but what? Then like a Shadow Strike on 2. Pretty much all to think about. He's finishing the BKB on Riki very shortly. It's gonna be, again, they have no real BKB damage. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and soon the Heart's going to be finished on Raven too.
Yeah.
Where he'll feel pretty unkillable.
I feel like, honestly, in this game, you don't even need to tether the Riki, you just tether the Batrider, and he just goes ham in his fight. If a Batrider can't die, this is the only problem, sustain, he will dish out a ton of damage.
Courier's coming across for the Jug, delivering that
Manta
Manta
style.
finish with the ulti.
Don't get me wrong, Raiden can still win. They have a good setup with the arena, plus Earth Splitter, everything. They have a lot of damage potential, but Fnatic will kind of have to give it to them, you know? Fnatic has very good chances to cut into the backline, and they're going in right now, looking for a lasso, possibly a diffusal initiation on the Riki. Of course, they have to relocate on the Io. To be really careful here on Radiant, they don't want to take this fight. Picking out one by one. See if we have any stragglers left behind.
Rupido still there in the trees. Oh, avoiding him.
So close.
He needs
Oh, they saw
to
him.
get out, and now they've spotted him. They've got the silence.
Huh? Missed his
Blink.
trade of the tricks though. They didn't see him.
And he's out. Meanwhile, Raven, though, just solo kill on again while they're searching for that mark.
And he actually got lassoed. by Batrider, obviously. And then Orchid, follow up, easy kill.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's 4 steps, sounds cute, you know, but it doesn't give you anything. Gives you no health, gives you literally only the ability to reposition yourself a little bit. It's not a core item, in my opinion, in this game. It can't be.
Yeah, Solo's the new duo, though.
Of course.
BKB's been popped by Raven. They've got the leash onto the Riki. The chase is on, though, from Fnatic. They don't want to lose this fight. They've got the Dagger rolling along. The Arena's going to be popped by Rupido. They'll look for the suit of the back line. Fnatic still moving forward with BKBs being long durations. Jabz with the Rolling Thunder about to run out. They get the kill onto the Jug, and now they'll look for more. Without the Jug, the damage is gone. They'll go for BDC to get the kill on a Grimstroke. He'll buy back immediately. Moon's been silenced up once again. They got the tether onto the Riki. They land the sleep, but Moon will be relocated back out towards the tier 2 tower. They'll look over at Jabz. A lot of damage on the Pangolier, and now the spear hits onto the Riki. They get the kill on the Jabz. They'll look for more, but it's just not going to be enough damage with the tether from Raven onto Moon. Rupido is in a bad spot. He's dead for 47. He doesn't have buyback, and problems are arising for the side of Execration. They already bought back on BDC. He's about to be dead again under the flames of Firefly. He's gone for 70. Inkslow's not going to matter. Moon is chasing. He gets the kill on RR. 4 heroes gone on the side of Execration, and all they lose is Jabz. They're still holding onto the Aegis. They're looking for the tier 2 top, but it's a 16k lead for Fnatic, where Execration have heavily fallen out of this game.
Yeah, so this is the problem with any draft against Io. If you ever fall behind,
Radiant's top
he has a
tower
heart right
is
now.
under attack.
Whoever he's tethered to, he won't die, and Io himself obviously won't die either, simply because he has like a 70, 80 permanent HP region.
Yeah.
There's just no damage output from the Radiant right now.
Radiant structures
The ice
are
to a 4
fortified.
step, build, Lasso again on the clock.
Lasso, Rolling Thunder, that should come through, and Flame Break there. And duo kill this time. They'll also take out Rupido through down the arena, but it's not doing anything at this point. They're just too far ahead, up 20k. Tips are now coming through. Rupido, he'll happily take the 50 shards. He'd rather be leading, but
That part is
top
good actually get
barracks
them.
has fallen.
Because in private lobbies, they always reset after the game.
Radiant's top barracks has
It's
fallen.
unfortunate. So you get tipped, but not really.
it's a fake tip.
Yeah, it's just a feels Batman tip.
Local disarm.
Radiant's middle
Uses
tower
Hunger
is
as
under
well,
attack.
adding even more survivability. This whole diet is so
Radiant's middle
survivable
tower
now.
has fallen.
Brewmaster with the split, of course. Pango with the Yowe's blink. Riki has
Radiant's middle
BKB,
tower is
naturally
under
Riki,
attack.
and then you have whoever this Io is tethered to is just pretty much immortal. Like, look at this Riki just tanking tower, he doesn't care at all.
And now tethered again, go for the tier 3 mid.
Look at this health reach, it's ridiculous.
I don't even know if Team Wipe is enough here to bring Execration fully back into it. It really depends on how they execute. They'll look for the silence. They've got the Inkswell that hits onto the Riki. They'll take the Aegis out of his hands. The Aegis was about to be reclaimed, so he's having to use it before it is. Soulone comes in. They've got the tether. They'll look over the Queen of Pain. The Omnislash is bouncing around, but it's not going to be enough damage. They get the kill on the Ken. They'll look over for the rest. Yowe now outside the Omnislash. The arena's down around 3, but it's not stuck in with them. It's them stuck in with him. And they'll get the kill on Rupido. They've got themselves two. They fought back at the Queen of Pain, and they'll look for more. The Primal Split committed by DJ, and they're chasing this Queen of Pain. The swashbuckle hits. Down goes Ken. Gone for 78. And they hit the stun onto the Elder Titan. Looks like coming out from Moon. They'll chase down this Elder Titan. There's only 2 alive inside of Execration. Now make it 1. Cyclone into the air as the Juggernaut GG is called. Once he hits the ground, he should be dead. Right, can they do it before the Ancient falls? Yes, they can. Full team wipe for Fnatic. They'll put the dagger, and they will turn it into a 2-0 victory over Execration.
Made it look super easy.
Yeah.
The second game